Welcome, Wolfpack. Welcome. Yes, indeed. Your host, Drew, here on a Single Rapper Show. Live on the planet. This is how we do. We're in our nighttime, out in nature kind of a location tonight. I thought we needed to be kind of chillax in the van, in the camper van, with the beer cooler, yeah, and the fire, and the chairs. So that's how we're rocking. Hence being in the robe. It's that kind of a night tonight. I think we're in celebration mode. Some of us are. Some of us are not. Oh dear, talking of celebration mode. Yeah, this is one. This is how the internet has been looking today.
Cause my voter and your bounty gets smacked up. Get up, stand up, throw your MAGA hats up. If you got the feeling, Kamala's unappealing. Trump's got the hot flow, Dems are talking junk though. I got shot in my ears, certify me as the GOAT, yo. Working, chat.
So that's how we're rocking today on the internet. There's people are having seemingly a good time. Other people are suffering from TDS and crying in the corner. And, you know, there's a whole mix of it all. Let us know how you're feeling about it all live in the chat. We were, of course, covering it live last night, a 5-hour marathon sesh where we were following the votes as they were coming in, following the votes for the election as each state was coming in one by one. Looks like Arizona still hasn't been counted yet, 67% in, but it's kind of irrelevant at this point. It's all over. It's all over. Question is it going to be accepted? Apparently, Kamala Harris ditched her last event. She didn't even bother turning up. She didn't even tell her followers or subscribers or fans that she would usually bus into these places from outside of town to fill the seats. They didn't even bother turning up to one of them, apparently. Trump's dancing too, says Day Survival. Dark Meta in the house. Great to see you, my man. So much cope happening, it's unreal, isn't it just? I hope you voted in the live poll tonight, Dark Meta. Do it. No messing about. I streamed all night. It was insane. Yeah, you and me too, man. I think I was going till about 3:30 in the morning or something, which was nice. Yes, thank you, Day Survival. Switching to live chat rather than top chat so we can make sure the comments come in order. She just did her speech. We'll see if we can track it down. It will be put out on X and so on throughout the evening, so we'll check into that. I saw the Kamala memes of her working at McDonald's, which she never did work at McDonald's. Background is a dream, love it. Kaz is there with me. You can. This is your chair here, Kazza. You can, if you get bored, you can just sit over here and wait for me, and I'll be done. I'll be done soon. Don't worry, but I'll come and join you by the fire, right? I've got some marshmallows. Yeah. Got some marshmallows. I'll tell you what else I've got. Got a fresh bar of Galaxy Smooth Caramel to rock with as well. Courtesy of our VIP Patreon members. Thank you to each and every one of you. Couldn't do it without you, so thank you to our 6 or 7, I think it is, tight VIP Wolfpack, and we need more members, so please feel free to join our VIP Patreon. Links in description below. From as little as 15, 20 cents a day or whatever it is, $6 a month. Follow the after parties, behind the scenes stuff, loads of discounts. Pedigree Monger in the house. Kamala might actually be able to get that dream job at McDonald's now. Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. Has she done her speech yet, or is she late? I think, you know, I did hear a story, but I don't think it was true. But I did hear through the grapevine that the reason she didn't even bother turning up to her last event or do her speech was because she was a little bit too. Cheers to Donald Trump. Well done for winning a campaign and coming back despite everything they tried to do to you. Yeah, most people would have just given up and slipped away and just got on with something else, like making money, building buildings in cities. But instead, he wanted to come back and give it another go. You've got respect to do for that. So fair play, Donald Trump. Congratulations to you and your team. Let's hope that you can indeed turn shit around for you in America, the Americans, and for us in the West as a whole. And we're relying on you to keep our own government in check over here in Europe, because you're the only one who can, and we ain't being treated too nicely right now over here in the UK. So we're hoping you'll stick up for us, as you will the American people. So cheers to Trump. Well done. Cheers to you. Don't forget, Sigma Prepper merch officially available. Link is in the description. Thank you everyone for being with me. And thank you for those who joined me last night as well, including Scottish Prepper. Good evening. Got some, talking of Scottish Prepper, got some great memes coming up as part of our, we'll do a global threat analysis report, and we'll see what we've got going on there. We'll check through X as well and see what people are saying on the interwebs. Got some videos to share with you, bit of channel news amongst everything else. So we'll just be getting into it. It won't be a 5-hour live like it was last night. It's only going to be about 4.5 hours tonight. So I'm only joking. Oh dear. So we're not going to be doing the quotes today, but we will be doing everything else. Please get yourself over to the quotes here. I don't think we've had any new ones, have we? We've had one. So get yourself over there to the Discord server. Links in the description. If you've got any really good inspirational quotes, Sigma mindset kind of thing, prepping, survival, anything like that, whack them over in the Sigma quotes there. It's the brain icon. And you got your memes as well. Thank you to those who popped the memes in. We'll have a couple of memes today. But we had about 30, 40 memes yesterday in the show. We were absolutely rocking it. It was a good laugh, actually. Met some new people as well. Mike as well, UK Urban Prepper. So we're looking forward to catching up with him. And, of course, Scottish Prepper as well. Thank you. Great. I fired in a few memes last night. Yeah, man. Really appreciate it. I was like meme addiction. I'll tell you what. Humor's the best form of survival, man. Yeah. It's what's needed, to be honest, because that's the only thing we got left is humor. Yeah, look, this one's pretty apt, talking to memes. Humor can be one of our best survival tools. Amen to that. So thank you to Scottish Prepper. I saw you join in our most recentest member, Scottish Prepper. Oh, and of course Sam Black as well. Welcome Sam Black to the Discord server. So get yourself over there. It's all going on. You've got all the rooms here for whatever your topic is your favourite. And plus the main hangout here just for catching up with peeps and saying yo and keeping together with the wolf pack and seeing what's going on in the world. So that's how we're doing it. And of course the other benefit as well is why I put announcements on the Discord server. So even though YouTube tries to hide this channel from everyone on the internet, Discord's pretty relentless in the way it gives you out the notifications. So bear that in mind. Thank you for hitting the like button in ahead of time. I know you haven't yet, but you know, that was just your little subtle clue and a hint to get it done. So also make sure you vote live in our poll tonight. I've just posted that on the Discord server for the purposes of historic reasons. So what is your biggest hope for change with the Trump election win? Is it the economic improvements, de-escalation of Ukraine/Russia, reduction in wokeness, or reduction in illegal immigration? So there are your 4 options. Choose which one resonates most with you as the reason why, or what you would hope Trump will turn around for the American people. Whether you're American or not, Pedigree Mongrel, doesn't matter. I want to hear what you think about what you would hope he would turn around. Seems to be the top things that the campaigns were run on was the anti-war sentiment, the wokeness sentiment with what Trump was talking about, taking men out of women's sports and stuff like that. And of course, the immigration was a massive topic, as well as the economic improvements with the way the inflation has been for everyone. Everyone's felt it big time, and people do agree that the economy felt much better under Trump than it did Biden and Harris. So that's how it's looking at the moment. You're free to vote. Please have your voice heard in the poll. Let us know how you're feeling about it. It's really tightly drawn at the moment with a couple, so we really need your vote on the live poll to sway it over. We've had 10 votes so far, and we've got 10 people live, and some of those people aren't here anymore, no doubt. So hit the like button and let's get into it with the SHTF Intel report. The global threat analysis, let's check it out and see what's going on around the world.
This is not a test.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths. It's interesting seeing the live chat. Thank you, Dark Meta, Scottish Prepper, and Pedigree Mongrel for sharing your thoughts. Work mind equals all of the rest, so sort that and sort everything else. It's interesting because you've stolen a sentiment of mine, but I'm seeing it slightly differently to that. So, but I'll talk about it in a minute. Love the intro. Do you know what? I've got to sort that scene transition out. That seems to creep in there with the old. It's not supposed to do that. It goes through about 5 scenes to get into that one scene. It's quite complicated. It's overly complicated. It's just the way I've put this show together. But never mind. Global news analyst. So we're going to check out the headlines. And do you know what's funny is like those that joined me last night for the global threat analysis SHTF Intel report. I like to start off with the mainstream just so we can check out what Guam, from their perspective, of what they want us to think, that they think that we think that they think we know, right? And I made reference to the fact that it didn't seem it seemed pretty biased on the BBC News because the first thing on there, if you remember, was the word Harris does ba 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 ba. So I thought it's an election going on, it's election night, and the top left above the fold, if you remember me talking about that, right? The most valuable real estate on a publication, whether it's digital or offline, traditional. Above the fold, top left, is the most valuable spot, and it was all about Harris. And guess what? Tonight, same shit, different smell. Look. Harris, top left, again. Yet Trump's the one who wins the election, but the BBC News has got Trump. We must accept the results of this election, Harris tells supporters. It's like, why isn't it the 7 things Trump says he will do as president as the top left there? The one who actually won it. Tell me if you think I'm being petty, but if you take yourself back to yesterday, people might have thought I was being petty when I said about the bias, the fact that it was Harris was the first couple of things and it's supposed to be impartial. And I think it's made even more of a point tonight where we go there again, and yet again, top left is Harris again, even though she didn't win. It's so obvious to me. I think because I've worked in media all my life, I understand the nuances and the little subtle psychological warfare tactics that are used in the media. It's very, very subtle, but do you know what I mean? It's very powerful all at the same time. It's just annoying as hell, yeah. Catch you later, Scottish Prepper. Good to have you join us, my man. Thanks for saying hello. And thanks for the meme. We'll be showing that later on. Well, just coming up here, actually. Your memes. I wish, Dark Meta, but it will never happen. Lower energy and food costs by half at least. Reverse inflation. Transition from independent economy to superpower exporter. Yep. Shut down a green agenda and reversal EV. You see, Dark Meta knows what he's talking about. Oh, dear. So, anyway, how Trump pulled off a credible comeback? Well, just by not talking nonsense and waffle. What Musk could gain from a Trump presidency is more about what the American people could gain from Musk being involved with the Trump presidency, more like. Especially if he does indeed become something to do with the efficiency bureau of the government or whatever, overseeing wastage. Wow, can you imagine? Look what he did to X and just hollowed it out with all the fat that didn't need to be there. Yeah, just people sitting around on beanbags at Twitter when he went in there, doing nothing. And they couldn't even describe to him what their job was and what they did. They're just sitting on beanbags the whole time in Twitter. There was literally about 10,000 people whose job was nothing more than just sitting on beanbags, doing nothing. This is what Trump did. He went in there and just hollowed it out. Yeah. He'd do the same and could do well doing the same with the government, right? There'd be about 100 departments just closed overnight that just don't need to be there. Overseeing laws that never needed to be made in the first place, right? US shares and Bitcoin hit record high on Trump win. Do you know, it's interesting. We're going to see that in a minute when we check out the economics and the cryptos and stuff. I noticed that putting it together. The ticker down here is showing the commodities and that. And these up and down arrows are based on weekly up or down versus last week. Let us know what's going on where you are, by the way. So I'm keen to get into the other stuff and the memes and things as well. So we're not gonna waste our time with BBC. So checking it out then, major X2.3 solar flare erupts. That's today, so we're going to look at that. Barcelona flooded after 2 months worth of rain in just 3 hours. That's today. Don't forget, Valencia's just had it big time with the floods, right? You got this here, look, rapidly shrinking Salton Sea raises toxic dust concerns for nearby communities in California. Western Cuba braces for Rafael's destructive impact on Wednesday. That was yesterday. For today. So there's a few bits and pieces going on. Let's check out the Barcelona floods. Yeah, cars floating. It's never a good look. So storms impacting eastern Spain since October 29th caused heavy downpours in Barcelona this week, resulting in severe flooding and the suspension of railway services. Floods and other transport services were also disrupted. Look at that. Yeah. I mean, you can imagine the insurance companies just holding their breath around this time of the year at the moment with everything that's going on with so we'll see what happens for that. I got 26 earthquakes on the map, which is way under par. Well, not way under par, but we usually see about early low 30s for earthquakes, so 26 is less than we normally see. We can see here there's the X2.3 we were just looking at there. Fair old couple of sunspots, and you've had these M-class solar flares as well. A couple today. So let's have a look. And we can see here is the X-class look. And I think what we'll do is we'll check out the Enlil spiral for that and see if it's registering. Doesn't look like it. Do you think that's it? I don't think so. No, it's not on there yet. That will be some M-class solar flare that's showing. And of course, for those who missed it yesterday, we've got the new numbers in for October now. Sunspots is still riding way off the margin of normality, which is the grey area there, right? So that's how the sun's looking. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Vance or Vivek next. I like both those guys, seem alright. Elon's crypto Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. Yeah, brilliant. Danger Bob in the house. Great to see you, my man. I was hoping to catch up with you with how things go in the weekend. Was it a good train journey? I hope it was super good. I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. Great day for US markets. I was going to ask if the markets had done well as well, Bob. I was just looking on the... I thought I had the commodities thing open here, which I used to update these numbers before the show, but I think I closed it down because that's got all the markets on there. So does that mean you're feeling happy today then, Danger Bob? Have you voted in the poll, by the way? Make sure you voted in the live poll because it's so close at the moment. It's a joint tie. It's joint tied. Two of them are tied. There's 14 votes so far, so get yourself in there. Ultimatum to Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine holds monitored real general election. Russia returns all terrorists and removes troops. Agreement signed in law that no alliance can be formed with Ukraine. See, look, Daily Survival there. I think election went too smoothly, waiting for the bus to hit us. I know, it does feel like they've kind of conceded a bit too easily, or they were too unresistant to accept what was quite clearly becoming a Trump win when I watched some of the, you know, when they do the short clips that people have been posting with the mainstream winding back their pro-Kamala stuff when they realised there was no way she was going to win. I don't know. Humanoid Tesla robots are coming out soon. Yeah, don't forget you got the Open AI version as well, which is quite impressive, Dark Matter. And the Boston Dynamics is looking at releasing a commercial version. It's all happening with the robots, man, and the AI. Trump equals market confidence plus Musk in government crypto is obviously going to... Yeah, I suppose is... I was going to say earlier, I wasn't surprised to see cryptos going up because, of course, Trump's always been somewhat... I wouldn't say pro-crypto, but he's been crypto-friendly at least, you know what I mean? He's not been calling for it to be banned and highly regulated like some people before him have done. Cheers, everyone. Sleeper cars in the US are bad enough. Prisoners would complain, but the food on train was very good. Prisoners would complain, but the food on train was very good. Okay, that's interesting. I thought it was going to be super, super posh inside. I'm guessing you were thinking it was going to be as well. But I hope it was nice and peaceful nonetheless. Markets will crash on Trump's watch. Unfortunately, it is inevitable until it does, but we're at highs and things do not go up forever. It's unfortunate. Yeah. Do you know what? I thought that was going to happen last time he was in power, Chaos, because I thought if they collapsed the economy while he was in power, then because he's the economist side of the candidates with his business acumen and stuff, it would be more demonstrable. It would be easier to demonstrate that it was inevitable anyway, and it wasn't anything because of mismanagement sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Hey, tell the boy in the house. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Oh dear, same but with 20 million more votes for Joe, which, do you know what? I mean, there's the big thing about the Amish. Was it 140,000 Amish turned out to vote who'd never voted before? Apparently the Democrats went after the Amish last year, big time, with loads of regulations about their organic form of farming techniques, selling organic milk and produce and stuff, and they regulated the hell out of the Amish. So they came out for Trump this year because what choice have they got, right? If the Democrats had stayed in, they'd just be incrementally destroying them. And so there's 140,000 of those 20 million is from the Amish, right? Let me know if you've ever met any Amish before. And I have. It was fascinating when we went to Canada. To see my sister, and we stayed there for a couple of weeks, and there's a lovely little farm shop down the road that we went to with my sister to get some fresh vegetables, a big melon, a watermelon, some carrots and some stuff like that. And it was all freshly grown by the Amish, and it was their own little store, you know, just like a wooden shack type market store on the side of the road, really busy, really posh cars in the car park, do you know what I mean? And it was like proper horse and cart stuff like you see on the telly, right? Like you see in the movies. I know it sounds silly for Americans, but for British people, you know, when you think Amish and you think like the horse and the cart, you just don't really see that here in the UK. And then sure enough, there's the horse, there's the cart, everything's made of wood. Like all the vegetables are presented on proper traditional like oak barrel, rum barrel looking things, you know what I mean? It's all like really nicely done. No plastic anywhere in there. It's just the weird little things, you know what I mean? Like the potatoes are in like a proper Hessian potato sack, do you know what I mean? It's hard to explain. It was just nice. And I was chatting to the woman, one of the ladies, I mean, she was probably only about 22, lovely looking, right? Really long hair, blonde hair, really like conservative looking with the hairband, you know, proper Little House on the Prairie looking. Maybe that's what it is when you grow up with Little House on the Prairie, because that's what my two little sisters, my little sister and big sister used to watch all the time. I was forced to have to watch Little House on the Prairie, but thank you very much. Good shout. Hit the like button. Do it. The interest rates is the clue to the trigger. The US dollar is in a death spiral. They need to raise the rates to fight inflation, but they cannot, as you create the economy. Yeah, and you know what? I will say that one thing I'm a little bit concerned about with Trump when it comes to the economy. I'm just going to put myself out there and say it, right? It's one of the things that Trump's really adamant about, that he thinks he's going to generate all this extra revenue from, is tariffs. Trade tariffs. And I just don't like it. I don't like it. I've never agreed with that. Because it doesn't do anyone a favour. I'm just opening up my chocolate bar here to see if I've won a ticket to go to Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. It's unlikely, but you never know. There's nothing in here that suggests you can do it. You can win a Marvel adventure at Disney Paris, but I wouldn't want to go to Disney Paris anyway. If you've seen what's up with Paris right now, I don't think I'd ever want to go to Paris, and I've never been to Paris. I've driven through most of France when I drove to Italy, but I don't think I'd want to visit Paris. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about when I say I don't ever want to go to Paris. Yummy. Galaxy Caramel Chocolato Mi Amico. Absolutely, tell the boy. You know, I said actually when we were in Canada, and I was like, and obviously being a prepper and survivalist and stuff, and the whole Sigma mindset's all about being self-sufficient, self-reliant, you know, personal development, skills building and things like this, right? That's basically the Amish, right? I was fascinated by it, and I said to my brother-in-law, who's Canadian, Joel, and I said, Joel, I tell you what, man, I'd love to do a thingy bob, because he was telling me you can go and do he did a sabbatical, and for 1 week of that, he did a chainsaw. He took a sabbatical when they bought their place out in the countryside, a cabin in Canada, right? So he did a sabbatical for 6 months, and part of that is he did a chainsaw. They've got quite a lot of land with trees and stuff, so he did a chainsaw course. It was like a 1 week, and that was run by the Amish. But apparently they do like furniture building trades classes. They do like, you know, food preparation and things like that, like literally grinding the wheat down, you know, grinding into flour and stuff with a grinding stone, you know, proper stuff. And I said to my brother-in-law, I was like, I tell you what, Joe, I'd love to do that. I said, if I ever made any decent money, not if, when, I'm definitely going to do that. I you know, obviously I'd take you guys with me, right? But I'd be going to learn all sorts of things. I'd be going to archery classes. I'd be doing like farming classes and veterinary classes, learning how to, you know, milk goats and shit like that. You know, that's the kind of thing I'd spend my time doing. And obviously I'll be doing them in exotic places and shit like that. But you know what I mean? That's what I want to spend my time doing, is learning new stuff, you know, and do a chainsaw course. Yeah. I've become really confident with an axe compared to how I was when I first used an axe, right? And I always thought the axe was going to bite me. My father-in-law got bitten by an axe really badly in his shin. So I've always been super aware of the danger of axes, but I've become pretty proficient to the point where I can split wood down that's like that thin already, and whoomp, with that amount of accuracy. You've probably seen some of my videos on here, right, on my channel. But when it comes to chainsaws, I've not really used chainsaws for many things before. The UK is not really the sort of place where you're using a chainsaw quite regularly. So I do have a chainsaw, it's an electric one, and I've done stuff like hedge trimming and all that stuff, but chainsaw is just a different animal, and there's a lot that can go wrong with it. And I think it's important you're confident with your tools and with your equipment to use them to the best performance and to use them safely. So even though don't really have any ambition to need to cut down trees like my brother-in-law does with their land in Canada, but I still would like to spend my time doing things like learning courses like that and learning how to ride a horse. I think that's important. I used to do fishing back in the day. I'd like to get back into that as well. And so again, I would do a course, getting more proficient with fishing, with what's more relevant in the lakes and ponds around here and stuff. Yeah. Willy Wonka is insane, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, it's taxing the people indirectly. So we're talking about things like my issue with Trump's idea of just levies and taxes on imports, because all we're talking about here is China saying, look, we can build an EV, then we can build it cheap enough and good enough that you're going to want it. It's better than a Tesla, but it's only $20,000. And at $20,000, China's still making money on that. No messing about. $20,000 for an EV in China, and it's better than Tesla. Properly tricked out. Don't underestimate how good China EVs are, right? So the problem with the tariffs is just to say, well, the problem is that the entry-level Tesla's like 80 grand, let's say, 60 grand. And so no one's going to buy any Teslas if the BYD and the other available Chinese options are available here at market rates at RRP, recommended retail prices, because no one's going to buy a Tesla, because why would you spend 3 times the amount of money for a car that's not quite as good? This is the problem. And so in order to stop the entirety of Tesla, Ford, Toyota and all the other car businesses, not Toyota, but the car businesses in the UK, in the US, Chevrolet and all that, they would just collapse in a pile because they can't compete with that either. Who's going to buy a combustion engine car for $60,000, $80,000? Well, again, when you can buy an electric car that's better than a Tesla for $20,000, right? And so all the tariffs do is to say, well, no, we're going to sell those Chinese $20,000 cars for no less than $60,000. And we're just going to keep the $40,000. The government is just going to add $40,000 on top of the price, right? That's what they're going to bill China for every one of them that's sold. They're going to bill China $40,000 for selling a $20,000 car. Do you see? So it means that they have to be sold here at $80,000, the same as Teslas, even though they could be $20,000. So all Trump's really doing is doing you out of $20,000 cars, yeah? $300 TVs rather than $1,000 TVs. That's all levies and tariffs do. It's just a massive chunk of tax added on. It's just because that tax being added on is not at the point of sale. It's at the point of distribution, if you like, or import. You don't see it. Yeah. It's a proper scam, right? It's just a way of purposely making things more expensive for you, just to force you to buy the American version, right? And this is a worry, because when they talk about more and more, they've been talking about wanting to bring manufacturing back into the US and blah, blah, blah. Well, the only way to do that is to discourage people from buying non-US goods. And the easiest way to do that is just to make all the other goods more expensive than the US goods. Yeah? It's a tricky one. You don't solve a quality and performance problem by cheating, because that's what you're doing. You're cheating your positioning, you're cheating your market positioning into existence, because if free market economics were in play, then your company would fail, because no one's going to spend $80,000 on a car you can get for $20,000. It's just a matter of time. So there's no reason to improve, is there? There's no reason to reduce your prices. There's no reason to become better. There's no reason to find better ways to make cars cheaper, because you don't need to now, because Trump's just going to add so much money onto the cost of the Chinese ones that people just end up buying yours anyway, whether you're better than they are now or not. Do you see? It's like learned dependency. It's almost like there's no reason to improve now. That's just not how good business works, right? Healthy competition. And when people are failing, they go out of business. That's the nature of it. That's how free market economics works, and that's how the best ones rise to the top organically. It's tricky. How do you think Trump will affect the UK government and economy? Well, funnily enough, I'm hoping that they're going to kick the UK government into shape, because they've been making all sorts of statements. They've been throwing people in jail for Facebook posts that Trump has been calling out. No one else is calling out the UK government for us, but Trump has been, at least, and Elon Musk certainly has been. So I'm hoping it will help bring the UK back in line with their woke levels of craziness, right? And Trump set an example by what he's going to do with the immigration policy, by what he's going to do with the crime levels, and what he's going to do about things when it comes to the, you know, winding back the wokeness and taking men out of women's sports and other things that he's pledged to do, and all the rest of it. You would hope that what would happen is that America would start to succeed from that, and then the UK would have no choice but to, it would just be impossible for them to ignore, or that that's clearly the way ahead to start gaining growth and getting out of this constant demise that we're all fearing and facing and feeling, is because of the policies that have been put in place, right? Della in the house, my darling. I hope the UK citizens get more independence and less persecution on all levels now. Yeah, we'll see. 100% Della. And you know, it's funny you say that, because this is something that I had pulled out actually. Here, look. You see, this is what's been going on in the UK. A lot of egg on people's faces. Health Secretary Wes Streeting is asked how the government would work with Trump if he wins. Trump is such an odious, sad little man. Imagine being proud to have that as your president. This is what some of our governmental Trump leaders and top ministers have been talking about Trump while the campaign's been going on. Plus, Keir Starmer's sent off a load of bloody Labour delegate, minister, high-level party members to America to go and help Kamala. If that's not election interference by a foreign power, I don't know what is. But anyway, the fact that then he sent people out there, his little soldiers out there to help Kamala, and then they've been slagging Trump off like he's this and he's that and he's a convicted felon, all this other bullshit they keep coming out with. Now he's won. Where does it leave these people? Yeah? It's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And the problem is that the BBC and the Western media here in the UK and Europe have done such a good job of trashing Trump with all the bullshit stories they've come out with, that because the mainstream media over in Europe benefit from the fact that because it's not America, you can't disprove the crap they come out with. So they just come out with the most ludicrous stuff, but there's never anything to counter it. Yeah? At least in America, you got Fox News and things like that, but that's not very popular outside of America. So, you know, the CNNs, the BBCs, and all these sorts, you know, they give it all the nonsense about, oh, Trump's a convicted felon and Russia collusion and all this other nonsense they've spouted over the years, right? He's racist, he's a Nazi, you've heard it all. Well, that's all that Europeans have ever heard. They've never heard anything counter to that because they're not in America to get the counter. Chocolate. Let us know how you're feeling. Yeah, you're right. Fox is a joke too. And I don't want to suggest that, you know, Fox is particularly on the other side. They're not. They're all part of the same shit. But just as an example, at least there's some level of impartiality to a degree. If this were the Middle Ages, Trump would have a saga. I tell you. So I tell you what, we've got yeah, it's funny actually, Kaza, isn't it? I mean, Sky News Australia, they're pretty good, isn't it? Sky News Australia, I'm often surprised at the stuff they come out with. I don't know how they get away with it, to be honest, yeah. Tell me if you are thinking the same thing when it comes to Sky News Australia, if that's what you're talking about. So we've got a bunch of memes as well I think we should have a look at. Yes, let's. There's only a couple, but You know we like to level it up. Let's do that in a minute. Let's get it all set up. Make Orwell fiction again, so thank you to Purple Flurple. These are coming from the Discord server. So please do feel completely free and welcome to get yourself over there. This is what it looks like. And your memes here. Submit your own memes, completely free. It's free to join as well. Links in the description of this video, so there's no excuses. Thank you to Purple Flurple. I'm not sure. Have we seen Purple Flurple tonight in the chat? I don't think we have we? She's probably got work early in the morning. Obviously, it's nearly 11 o'clock here in the UK. Someone stole my identity and then sent it back with $100 and a note that said, "So sorry, man. Hope things work out." Oh. Hold on. Here we go. Sorry. Just making some adjustments. You told me you were interesting. I said I was into resting. There seems to be a big old trend actually at the moment of people just quiet quitting. Not just quiet quitting at work, but quiet... Is it called silent quitting? Is it silent quitting? Let me know which it is. Is it quiet quitting or silent quitting? When people just basically give up at work and they just go through the motions, but they just don't give a shit. But there's people who are literally like silent quitting in life. And just choosing to sleep. And just sleep instead. Yeah. One from Scottish Prepper. Thanks for this one. Who dropped the most boxes? Who the hell is that? Is that who I think it is? Is that Jordan? That is so nasty looking, it's not even funny. Let me know if you think that's Jordan. As in... Yeah, Jordan. I think that's her name. Danger Bob there. 1690 rights of Englishmen was a factor in forming the Constitution. Magna Carta's been watered down with so many laws are practically non-relevant today, isn't it? 1,900 new laws a year in the UK, apparently. 1,900 new laws a year. How do you even keep up with that? What's that a day? 1,900 divided by 365. You're talking about more than 5 new laws every day, 7 days a week you got to learn. What the fuck? What's that? Like one every day of the week? Their job is to come up with a new law every day in the working week. Or something crazy shit. That's basically entrapment. Nasty legs, isn't it? Isn't it? It's, oh, there's no shape or anything. It's just yuck. Katie Price, that's it, yeah. Katie Price. The legs of that chick, what the hell, isn't it? Plastic, fantastic, pedigree uncle. It's nasty, man. Thank you, Scottish Prepper, for giving us something to talk about for 30 seconds. Then another one from Purple Flurple. Obviously, it was Guy Fawkes as well yesterday. Remember, the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. Where Guy Fawkes, unfortunately, or Guy Fawkes is celebrated for having failed to blow up the Parliament. Back in 1605, talking of the 1600s, Danger Bob, 1605, this guy was rocking about. In honour of Guy Fawkes, the only man ever to enter a government office with completely honest intentions. Like it. Looks like a booth elector. That's proper bore, tell thee. Proper bore, tell thee. Are you talking about him being booth elector? Or are you talking about her being proper bore? Is that what you're talking about with a booth elector? Proper boo, tell thee. Where do you see yourself in 50 years? Me, I hate everyone. I love everyone. I don't have any hate in me, goddammit. I'm a lover, not a fighter. As Michael Jackson would say. Cheers, my darlings. Oh, my tea's cold. Breaking news. Oh, this is from Mila. Please don't fly anywhere on November the 6th. We need those plane seats empty for all of the celebrities and athletes who promised to leave America when President Trump wins. And what a list of people it is as well, look. When he wins, they are leaving. Look at them all. See you later. I'll tell you what. Let me know. Oh, this list. This is a difficult one. Oh, it is. For me, it's between two people on here. But let me know, out of this bunch of people here, if you recognise them, you might have to pinch and zoom in if you're on a smartphone. But let me know which is the one that you find the most annoying as a human being. Of these people that reckon they're leaving if Trump gets into power. Is one of two up the top there for me. Yeah. And it's a little bit of a tricky one between the two. Let's see some votes coming in yourself. Oh, don't tell me that. Samuel Jackson was one saying they were going to be. Is that Lenny Kravitz? I think it might be, actually. You talking, dude, matey boy? I can't point with my pointer because I've done this as a slideshow. But you're talking like next to matey girl and matey girl with the shades on. Do you know what? I'll tell you now, Chaos, since you said it. Robert De Niro is one of those two. Yeah, Robert De Niro is one of those two for me. Need to bring this back into place. George Clooney, Robert McNamara says, yeah, maybe it's one of three for me. But I think up the top for me, right, I think Obama, so annoying it's not even funny, right? And Robert De Niro, those are the two for me that are just their faces annoy me, let alone their voices, let alone their mindset, let alone their evilness and their fucking arrogance and ego. That's what I really, really don't like about Obama. And yet, when he first came out, I was all up for Obama and all like, yeah, first black president, yeah, he seems like a cool dude. And then he properly fucking let me down the more I learned about him. Well, worst. And it's his fucking arrogance, is the way that people... he's such a slimy fucker. It's annoying. And matey boy De Niro is just so Trump deranged is what makes him annoying. Do you know, Michael Douglas is already annoying to me because he ruined it for me and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yeah, me and Catherine Zeta-Jones had it all planned out, right? How it was gonna play out, right? And we had this whole plan, you know, gonna get married, have kids, you know, live in the south of France for a while, and then we're gonna build a place out west and stuff. Yeah. Me and Catherine Zeta-Jones had it all figured out, and then old fucking matey boy comes along and messes it all up. For those that aren't aware, should we see how messed up she's looking now? Should we see if she's messed herself up? Let's see if she's messed herself up recently. With the work. What the fuck is that? Little bit Wonder Woman thing going on as she's got older by the looks of it. There was a time, you see. There was a time where she was pretty tidy. Yeah. And then he came along and ruined it for us. Urban Harvesting in the house. Great to see you, my man. How's things going with the homestead in Australia, mate? Are you making it work? Or is it making you work? Michael Douglas, first generous, second Clooney, third but close to second, like it. Obama, I thought it was Gandhi. Stick to your words, celebs. Bye-bye. Innit? See you later. Robert D was so vocal about leaving, yeah. And you know what? He was only vocal about leaving, Kazza, because he was already so confident, wrongly, that Harris was going to win. The same as the UK government must have been so convinced that Harris was going to win. Otherwise, they would never have said the shit they said about Trump, right? I was, however, surprised that Rosie O'Donnell was quite silent this time around. Flipping George Clooney, says Tilda Boy. She used to be so hot, innit? Her and that woman from Romancing the Stone, but they just let themselves go, innit? It's because of matey boy up here, I'm telling you. That's why he should be on the list and all. He should be on the list for messing up Catherine Zeta-Jones, goddammit. Right. See, this is acting more as a reminder to me because I had a couple of little bits pulled out, right? Just collected some stuff from around the interwebs of what's trending out there right now. So this is genius. This is basically this is AI parody, completely fake, not real, just for fun. It's all just for the comedy.
After putting people in prison for saying naughty words on the internet. Could you guys hear me?
Shut the fuck up, you nonce.
I beg your pardon?
Fucking nonce.
Well, you know, I don't think they're wrong. I don't think they're wrong at all. I think you are a little bit of a nonce. Look at that. You're a nonce.
No, hold on. That's very, excuse me, that's very inappropriate.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not what you just called me.
They called him a nonce again. They said a nonce.
I'm not.
You're fucking nonce.
So it's very clever, right? I'm not even going to carry on the rest of it. But it's basically AI manipulation, just to warn you. That's why I'm showing you this, just to warn you it's out there. And it's important that you know that it's completely fake news. It was made up. It's fake news. You're fake news. Oh, amazing. But the creativity of people with AI now is just absolutely amazing. But let's see what else I've got in here. They're in no particular order. I don't even know what these are, to be honest. So let's just see what we've got.
I think men's restrooms need more tampons, and my son should be able to get an abortion if he wants it.
Oh, I think we've crashed.
Yeah, fuck all that woke bullshit.
I think we've crashed. I can't even... Okay.
Well, I voted for Kamala Harris because I, for one, think men's restrooms need more tampons, and my son should be able to get an abortion if he wants it. Yeah, fuck all that woke bullshit. You know I voted for the Don. Cheers.
So we got lots of that kind of stuff rocking about the internet today. We've also got... This one was interesting. Assuming it starts okay.
My name is Matt Lohmeyer. I was an Air Force F-15 pilot, and I was a commander in your newly created U.S. Space Force. I am also the first veteran.
Let's get... I'm going to have to wait for it to finish doing its thing. Whenever I want to start a new video up, it just goes black screen of death. Till it gets to the end, it seems. But this is what I like about Trump. Is his kind of... Right, here we go. Let's try that again.
My name is Matt Lohmeyer. I was an Air Force F-15 pilot, and I was a commander in your newly created U.S. Space Force. I am also the first veteran of the Space Force because under the Biden-Harris regime, I was fired from my command and lost my pension for criticizing DEI trainings that were rampant in the military. Those trainings are still dividing our troops, and thank you for saying you would fire those few woke generals who are a big problem.
They're gone.
Will you consider establishing a special task force, office, or position to ensure that these monsters never return to the Defense Department?
You know what I'll do? I'm going to put you on that task force. I think it's good. Not going to do better than that. I'll put you on. Beautiful. I have your approval.
He's
Yes,
legit.
sir.
Like, literally, just give him a job on the spot then and there to take care of all the whole woke business going on in the military to make sure it's not... Yeah. It's just dealing with it straight away. And I just, you know, you can't help but enjoy the straight to the pointness when it comes to, you know, that's kind of what you need from a president with what we've got going on around the world right now. I'm just waiting for the next one to sort itself out. I'll try opening it in a different program next time. Oh, here we go.
When Biden got up with the red background, the pink background, and he looked like the devil, he looked so stupid, right? And he said, "We will stop MAGA. MAGA, we're going to..." I said, "Listen, you stupid bastard. MAGA means, because I think if you asked him what does it mean, he doesn't know. MAGA means make America great again. That's what MAGA means."
It's just embarrassing at this point. But I just love the way he's so frank about it. Yeah. Right, let's try opening this in something other than Windows Media Player. We'll see if we get a better...
All right, calm down. There it is.
Interesting. It still doesn't seem to... Oh, something random just to throw in the middle of the mix. This is basically... This cow really loves his milk. Look at the state of it.
God damn it, Chug.
Chug. His name's Chug.
Are you kidding me, bro?
I'm not surprised. Chugging down the milk. He hasn't even breathed yet. We've got a non-breather.
Breathe. Stop it. Breathe. Get your head out.
We love animals on this show. So we have to throw some of those in there. Just lining the next one up. Thank you for being with us. Please hit the like button if you're just joining us. Don't forget to vote in the live poll as well. Are you feeling beaten and battered, Urban Harvesting, with your new quest as a homesteader? With the massive acreage of gardens that now you've got to get figured out. Great to see you, Elder Boy. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it, my man. And I'll catch you in the next one. Love, peace, and progress. To the Tell the Boy pack. Catch you later, my man. So check it out. This is brilliant, right? I thought this was perfect. Talking of Trump coming back to the office, right, and assigning people their roles. I thought this was brilliant. So this is Trump's first day back in the office.
Jesse, how have you been?
I've been...
Great. I'm back, and you're fired. Hello, all. No need to run. Your fates have already been sealed. You're safe.
Oh, my God.
You're safe for now. Hello, nice to see you.
Probably need to cut it in here and there for the purposes of you know what, because they won't like it. But for the purposes of narration and review and reaction.
Hello, all. No need to run. Your fates have already been sealed. You're safe. I represent John Kate Pussy.
Let's hope that is what it's going to be like when he comes to deciding who he's going to have doing what, where in the government for him. Who knows how it'll end up. I don't even know what this one is.
Apparently, they've done sleep studies with humans and dogs. If you're able to subconsciously hear your dog breathing near you...
Oh, that's something about dogs. Apparently, if you sleep with dogs near you and you hear them breathing, it helps you sleep better and enter REM sleep much faster. So we don't need to worry about that. That one we've seen. What's this one? let's stay here for the time being. I'm not sure what this one is, but let's check it out.
You know, we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. You know,
No, they do not.
stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just...
Everything woke turns to shit, okay? It's true. It's true. Look at what's happening.
Oh, fuck. It's so blatant, it's not even funny. Oh, I love it. Love it. This is why I was saying that's why part of the live poll tonight is Father No in the house. Great to see you, my mate. Great to see you. That's classic, Father No, like it. But please vote in the live poll. What is your biggest hope for change with the Trump election win? Is it economic improvements? Is it de-escalation or potential de-escalation of the Ukraine-Russia conflict? Is it reduction in wokeness, as we're talking about here? Or reduction in illegal immigration? What were you hoping Trump would bring to you the most? Got this one.
All right, this is a video.
2 more.
This is new video of Kamala Harris.
Oh. Again, we've got to wait for this thing to sort itself out and reset itself. Every time for some reason. Oh yes, I remember what this is. So this is basically just her getting busted. Just yet again. Check this out with just the fakeness. The fakeness is just becoming relentless.
All right, this is a video coming into us, and this is new video of Kamala Harris.
See, look, she's pretending to be on the phone, but she's not even on the phone. Her phone's in take picture mode.
There's nobody on the phone. It's in camera mode. What? Okay, well, it looks like that's in camera mode, and it's on her.
It is. It's on photo mode. It's not on a call at all. It's just, oh God, stop pretending all the time. Like pretending you worked at McDonald's and pretending that your gran's black when she's not. You know, just shit like this. If you can't win an election without lying, then you clearly don't belong in the election. Do you know what I mean? It should just be as simple as that. That's the minimum entry requirement, is to just not be a liar and to be genuine and not be fake. And at least we can say Trump is what he is and he doesn't pretend to be someone who's not. I don't know what this is, but I've obviously made note of it for you guys for some reason, so I must have thought it was interesting to see what she's got to say.
My name is Emily, and I want to tell you about what happened to me this morning. I woke up and decided that I was going to go vote. Can't really speak on the election if I didn't vote, so that's how I felt. And when I went to the Episcopal Church in Cape Coral, Florida, I stood in line for about 30 minutes. When I got up to the representative, I handed her my ID. She scans it and says, "Oh, you've already voted." I said, "No, I have not." She said, "Here, let me show you what I'm seeing." She takes the tablet, turns it my way, and it says, "Voted by mail." I said, "I did not vote, nor would I vote by mail." I said, "I don't even believe in voting by mail because I feel like it's easily manipulated and rigged." She turned white. And she said, "Hold on, let me call somebody." She takes this flip phone that I guess is something they've been using for when this happens, because apparently I can't be the first one. She called somebody. I stood there for about 15 minutes and they were able to delete it. After that, they scanned my ID again and said, "Okay, you can go vote now." Meanwhile, I'm standing there, my heart is racing. I feel sick. I just registered to vote about a week and a half ago. So I just don't see
So I will say that there was at least 3 or 4 of these on people on TikTok that I'd seen talking about similar stuff, right? Similar experiences where they were being told that they'd already voted when they clearly hadn't. So I thought I'd share that with you because who knows what's going on there, right? So moving on, I think that's all I've got for you with random video clips to show you. Although there was this one, I think was the only one that just didn't get shown, which is starting itself up now apparently. I'm not sure why that's a black. This was Vance, who was talking about his dog. It's a lovely dog, and apparently people were pretending that it was a renter dog. This is the levels that Democrats have to go to by trying to claim that it is a renter dog. And when you see the way that dog follows him around perfectly without even a lead when he comes out of the plane, which I saw a couple of times, I just don't get where people get this idea from. Yeah. Hold on. I think we've got round to the end, have we? Yes, we have. That was at the end. Okay, I wonder why I suddenly went blank. Right, back here. Sorry, everybody. Thank you very much. Right, so let's jump out of here. Oh, I'm back to the global threat analysis studio. Make veg grabbing great again. Absolutely amazing. I'm hoping for improvements, like more voice grabbing. Oh, that's exactly why I rate Trump. He doesn't mince his word, 100%. At least you know where he is and you're not going to get, oh, look, Purple Flurple's there. Oh, I'm here. I was just talking about you. I must have summoned her. Didn't I summon her, people? Yeah? I was suddenly talking about Purple Flurple, going, oh, I don't think she'll be up because she's probably got work in the morning. And then, Lich, 5 minutes later, Bosh, you must have heard me talking about your ass. Great memes and TikToks. Yeah, do you like, are you okay with it when I pull the odd video that I see when I'm floating around the internet myself? Just share with you guys. Let me know if you like that bit or not. So I've got a bunch of other stuff I want to show you and talk about as well, actually. So, even with all the rigging, Democrats couldn't swing it. I know this is a thing because it's literally about 10 to 15% of people that are voting for Kamala Harris. It's just the way the mainstream is such a loud voice, but yet it represents such a small amount of people. I talked about that last night, didn't I, on the live show, where I was saying about how, you know, CNN gets like 150,000 views in prime time, which is just nothing now compared to the people on the internet. It's just they've got a really loud voice, so the people that are really programmed by it is a very, very, very small minority. It just happens to be the professors of universities which have loud voices and the ability to encourage young students to become thick as shit. So yeah. How long before Kamala has to do OnlyFans? I'll tell you what, joking aside, Danger Bob, do you know there was the whole like yesterday we had the we talked about Peanut the squirrel, right? Because you know me, I like to dig the dirt and spill the tea like over the coming days of these stories to give you the dirt on what's really going on behind the scenes. Little bit of a thing going on behind the scenes. Let me know. There's only 2 letters I want to see from you if you know what I know you might know about what's one of the conspiracies behind the oh God, choose my words. The Peanut, Freddy and Peanut being yeah. There's more to that story. You know, the ones where the squirrel and the thingy bob was taken away to be euthanized, right? It turns out there's some interesting allegations as part of that. Let me know if you know anything in the chat, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. You can sum it up with 2 letters. No. Is that with an R in the middle, Daily? Either way, no. Middle name Rodram. No, it's only 2 letters. If you've heard the story or the rumours, apparently there's evidence, so I feel okay to say it out loud live. YouTube hides my channel from everyone anyway. If you haven't subscribed and you've come across this channel, believe me, you'll never see it again if you don't subscribe, so I strongly recommend it. And also hitting the notification bell. Criminal not to. What a funny thing to be getting people to guess is the 2 letters that mean so much. Now what do you think? I've just put those 2 letters in the live chat, so if you're watching this afterwards and you couldn't make it live, oh well, you'll never know. But those 2 letters, right, in the live chat are involved. Oh, I love it, man. Thank you, Father. No, I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I'm the same, man. I'm the same, you know, just been able to hang out on my wolf pack and, you know, catch up on what's going on and what we need to be prepared for and what we need to know. Oh, amazing, Pedigree Mongrel. So the 2 letters associated with Peanut and Freddy is OF. I'm assuming you know what OF stands for. The second word calls you down when you turn it on and it spins around. Nicely done, Sandy, yeah. Let's just say Peanut the Squirrel appeared in such OF media. But apparently it was only in the background while things were going on. A nut chaser, says Danger Bob. There are allegations that apparently they've got an OnlyFans account. Oh, I said it out loud. An OF account, the mum and dad of the squirrel. And on a few of the OnlyFans thingy bobs, apparently the squirrel featured in some way, but not physically, but was in the room at the time or something like that and all this other shit. So, you know how I like to ruin things for people. Oh no. Oh, isn't it? Nothing can be innocent anymore, can it? But I mean, I'm disappointed that there's even such an OF thing going on between the guy and the girl, because it just makes me see them in a different light. I get it, you know, I mean, I've had sexual relations in rooms where there's been cats sleeping on the laundry pile or something, do you know what I mean? And it's not like a major drama, but it just couldn't stay innocent, could it? It couldn't stay clean and pure and innocent. Anyway. Right, let's get out of here and get back to base camp, because I've been waffling on for way too long. Don't go anywhere, because I'm not, but that is... We're done with the SHTF intel. Let's get out of it and do it. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for those who sent in the memes. Sing it. Peanut knew too much. He had the inside scoop. Peanut didn't kill himself, so he had a list. Did you see the meme last night? Pedigree Mongrel, with the one with the... Wasn't it the one... I thought I still had my iCloud open, it clearly not. But there was a good one yesterday, which was a tweet from Peanut saying, I've got information that could lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton, right? Which was classic. It's very clever. Dear. The squirrel Illuminati got him, innit? Did you follow that story, Bob, with the squirrel and that? Getting put down by the government being meanies. So we didn't even really look at the economics, did we? Which we were going to. But we can do it now quickly. I just wanted to make mention, 75 grand Bitcoin at the moment. And Ethereum's doing right as well. And the market cap just yesterday was 2.4 trillion. Today it's 2.55. So it's $150 billion in 24 hours has gone onto the crypto exchange overall, right? With cryptos spread across them. So, yeah, man, it's all going. It's all happening. It's all happening. Cover up my bearded dragons next time. Did Peanut end up on a stick? I don't know. I think he just ended up getting tossed. You're like, you already had a dumble for me. I haven't had anything. What are you talking about? I ain't had nothing. I have finished my tea though. Look, it's like cold dregs. Kind of cheers, everyone. How long have we been going? An hour and 20. There was a bunch of stuff I wanted to show you that I'm working on. So, do we do a quick break time and do that and show you some other stuff as well? Or do I just say goodbye and run away? We've got 15 people live right now. Have you voted, by the way? Please get your votes in there. 24 votes, that's all right. It's quite close though, so it'd be good to get everyone else voting. So I think what we'll do, because I wouldn't even normally start going live till about now. I went live a bit earlier tonight. Peanut getting tossed. No, that's OF material. Oh, amazing, Danger Bob. We do love Danger Bob. So let's do it then. I think we should have a quick break. And then when we come back, I'll show you a bunch of other stuff. And then it's just wrong to drink cold tea. UK Urban Prepper is in the house. I was going to say perfect timing, but it's what it is because we're just about to have a quick break to get a cup of tea. And then we come back and we're going to be looking at really cool shit. I think it's cool shit. You can decide for yourself if you think it's cool shit after the break. But in the meantime, don't go anywhere because I'm not. And please hit the like button. Please, while I'm making a cup of tea, do vote in the live poll we got rocking right now, which looks something like this. Over on Discord server, I've put a screenshot. What is your biggest hope for change with the Trump election win? Is it economic improvements, de-escalation of Ukraine-Russia situation, reduction in wokeness, or reduction in illegal immigration? What's going to turn you on the most, and what are you hoping for the most from Donald Trump? Now he's been declared victorious winner in the election. Look at all the love for UK Urban Prepper streaming in to our Mikey Poos. Right, let's do it. Don't go anywhere because I'll just cry if you do. See you in 5. Get yourself a brew. Welcome back, Wolfpack. Welcome back. Short break so I can get myself a brew. You know how we do. Video host Drew here on the Single Prepper Show. SinglePrepper.com is where you need to go. Don't forget, all links in the description. Daily Survival, moderator of all moderators, on it with the links tonight. Exclusive merch store as well, rocking. Talking of which, we will be having now our official toast. Now we're back with the brew. Official merch available in the store and the Discord and links in the description. Love, peace, and progress to the pack. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Love to you all. Yummy. Thank you for sharing this time with me. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm certainly feeling a little bit more positive about the world with Trump rocking rather than Harris and her bunch. UK Urban Prepper, my main man in the house, joined Discord, joining the Wolfpack. What an absolute superstar. Really appreciate you being part of it all. Yes, indeed. I can confirm. Yes, it's been confirmed. We have our most honourable UK Urban Prepper joining us. We got to give it some wolf action and some blue love heart action. Great to see you. So basically, the deal here is you've got all these rooms here, right? The main hangout is where you land. This is just where people talk about a lot of nonsense. This is where I post the... for people who don't see the live when it's live, you won't see the live poll. So if you watch the video afterwards on Discord, I always put on there what the poll was. What's your biggest hope for change with the Trump election win? Is it economic improvements, de-escalation of Ukraine and Russia, reduction in wokeness, or reduction in immigration? That's the vote for tonight. And I'll always post the results afterwards as well, like we did yesterday, where we asked how much trust do you have in the US election process being free and fair? 0 trust, 67%. It'd be interesting if we ran that poll again, wouldn't it? So this is the main hangout, and then we've got the VIP Wolfpack area, which is if you're a Patreon supporter, then we have our after parties with the voice chat and stuff, which is cool. Sometimes I do a midnight walk as well, streaming cam to the Wolfpack crew, which is a good laugh. Animal lovers, get your pets in there. Hey, looks like JD's in there. Thank you, Perps. So we've got my Hugo Bear in there. Look at him with his sandy face, looking like a right dope. So we've got JD in there. Get your pets in there. We've got your memes. Do please get your memes coming in. We'll have some more tomorrow or the next day. And then we're seeing with quotes as well. We need more quotes. Some good ones. We need inspiration. Yeah. And then we've got all the prepping intel, which is great. You've got prepper sources, great sources of preppers and stuff. Water storage and filtration. There's my latest electronic water filter that I'm prototyping. And then you've got food storage, food growing. It's all in there. So whatever you need to brush up on, it's all there, right? Plus the SHTF intel, the clown world, all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Yeah, the crazy news stories, breaking news. Right, there's so much in there. Right. Not to mention... Scroll all the way down here, you've got Sigma Prepper products. You've got exclusive merch, which gives you the link to that. But it's also, we've got, check it out with Urban Prepper. Tonight's show is sponsored by UK Urban Prepper. Thank you so very much, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you. We haven't seen it light up for a Streamlabs donation for a while, so I really appreciate it. Oh man, thank you very much, man. What a dude. What a dude. And hopefully we're going to be hooking up and collaborating, man. And UK Urban Prepper's got his own YouTube channel. I should put the link in the description because I think I'm allowed to do it. And I was subscribed to your channel on my other channel, a little bit like you. I've got like channels that I watch stuff with, and then I've got this one which I do more producing stuff with, but because we're very aligned in our content, it makes sense to be subscribed to you on this channel as well. So we'll hopefully be getting together and we can do a live and stuff, and I'll be going on his show, he can come on our show and that, and share some knowledge and ideas and things like that, and even maybe some meetups, right? I'd love to go do a bit of bushcraft camping with some peeps. So here we go. Let me pull this out and put it over here, and then we know what we're talking about. So this is what we're talking about. UK Urban Prepper, look, got loads of cool videos, so go and check them out. Get subscribed and that. Got some lives there, so got the Prepper podcast, so I'm hoping to be hooking up with that and things. So I really appreciate your subscription, man, and thank you so much for being part of the crew. I'm really looking forward to being part of your crew, and then our combined crews can be the ultimate crew. That's the idea. But anyway, thank you very much, man. And Friday night, I can't see any reason why not. We can figure it out. No, big bucks, sorry, 5 kids and Christmas. Absolutely, man. Anything is like, you know, I'm running on fumes over here, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sneaky sheets. Oh, here we go. Look, still a bit on the fence of Elon having a position in government. The bloke is making a Terminator movie, a reality by the look of it. Do you know what? There is a little bit of a thinggy-bob between Elon and Peeps, whether he's on a good guy or a bad guy. I've got to tell you, he's growing on me. And as a prototyping engineer myself, right, coming from that background, when I listen to him, he's not fake. He's not fake. And the way he's been totally targeted by the left and all the people that we don't like are his enemies, it's just like, you just got to be... Sometimes you got to use Occam's razor, right? The thing that results in the least number of assumptions is most likely the correct assumption. Cheers, everybody. It's a tricky one. Do you know, I don't think I set up my desk cam. I was going to show you something I've been working on. I can drag it into frame. This is my sentry turret. This is my sentry turret that I'm working on, right? And I've got the gubbins on it, right? Let's get it. Let's move it there. Can you even see that? Not really. It's a bit big. This is the problem. I need to do it on my... So this is like a sentry turret. You've got... I've started to get things rocking on this. Yeah. That's... You're getting lit up by the laser there. Look. But yeah, so this is... I've got 2 cameras up here. I'm going to be doing a reveal video of the prototype so far. I need to remachine these top mount plates. So I'm just figuring out what I'm going to need where. I'm just going to have a long Picatinny rail here. This is a Picatinny rail that I've got the laser scope on. I've got a 30x zoom camera here, and then above it I've got a night camera, which is a wide angle camera. So as part of my controller, let's move it around that way. Yeah, I can't fit it in here, unfortunately. I'm trying to. Let's spin it around this way. So you can see it's all metal construction, all CNC machined and stuff, and metal gears. And I've just rewired everything just recently for one of the final prototype testings of the mechanics, which seems to be pretty perfect at the moment. So I'm well happy. So I've started working on the top section, the top deck with all the sensor mount, right? There's going to be a bunch of other things put on here. So it's already completely wireless. There's a lithium polymer pack in here that powers it all, which is completely separate. There's no wires coming down to the pan section, so this can just be, it's completely self-contained. I've got a cover that goes over here, so that covers it over to make it a bit more waterproof. But the other thing to go up here is an infrared torch, and I've also got an infrared laser. So because this is night sensitive and because this is night sensitive, it means that I can use an infrared laser, which I've got, but it's not one that's got the zeroing mounts on, unfortunately, so I need to look out for one of them. And I've got an 850 nanometer torch, which is infrared, the right frequency, and again it's invisible to the human eye, so as far as the camera will be able to see, it's clear as day at night time. And I'll have the laser guidance as well, which will also be infrared, which will be invisible. They won't even know they're being painted. So you have to use your... Hey Jonathan Hayes, great to see you again. So the idea being, I mean, these would be, let's just pretend that these are paintball guns, we'll just call them, right? So you've got paintball gun, right? Both sides, bum, 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 bum. The other thing as well is the AI object recognition camera and tracking system that I want to start working with. So this should do automatic object tracking and be wireless to about 3 or 4 miles range. That would include video, the video transmissions being transmitted from these cameras, and also the remote control is good for about 10 miles. So I'll be completely wireless sentry drone turret that you can just put in your garden at the front, right? And when anyone walks past, it will just be like following them past your garden, right? And just like tracking you as you go past. Please put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to comply. So I'm not going to power it up because it's pretty wild and it's quite scary. But that's what I've been working on the last week because I'm keen to get a prototype production video done for Sigma Prepper. So look out for this, but I'm going to share a few bits and pieces with the Patreon VIP members on a behind the scenes sneak peek video first. It looks the absolute business. You can't tell now, right? But when you see it rocking. So let's This thing's about 30 kilos is the problem. So it's kind of mobile, but it's kind of not. Yeah, once it's down, and the tripod I've got here is a speaker stand tripod, so it's got, you would just peg that into the ground as well, and it's super solid. Super solid. You'll easily get a couple of paintball guns on there, if you know what I mean, yeah? Either side. Oh dear. So that's what I've been rocking. Good to hear you two are doing work together, both good channels, all the best. John, thanks John, man, I appreciate that. Have you yourself joined the Discord server? If not, why not? How dare you? On this occasion, I think we can get away with just a written warning. Yeah, maybe even just a verbal warning at this point, Jonathan, but I don't want to escalate it. But this is where you need to be. The link's in the description. Yeah, look, UK Urban Prepper figured it out, and he's not even figured it out yet, so way ahead, man. Oh dear, great to see you all. Thank you for joining us. He's certainly not fake, but his work doesn't come risk-free. This AI will suppress all others on Instagram. Yeah, Optimus. So, and it's funny because yesterday that was one of the things I was going to talk about, was the whole thing with the robots coming and the AI coming and stuff like this, and how it's going to affect people's earning potential and businesses and industry as a whole and so on, right? And this is partly showing you some of my robotic engineering myself with the that's a robotic arm shoulder joint that I originally produced, right? And in terms of those that know me for a long time, with my AI, custom AI stuff that I've built before AI was around. It's funny, isn't it? Those people have been following me ages before there was any ChatGPT or anything going on. But again, that was all for survival and prepping, right? That was all part of my survival gear range with the TIA devices, you know, the tactical intelligence system, which is all about keeping you safe with all the sensors. And that TIA system integrates into the Sentry drone turret. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if I'd take it wild camping with me, like my motion sensor system, but that is why I want to get the camera modules working. I've got a smaller camera pan and tilt module that I designed many years ago. When I was living in Thailand, I designed this one. This was one of the first ones that went to market. This was before DJI or anything, but this is all completely carbon fiber, super lightweight construction. Even the way you got the flange lips here that go through the slots in the carbon fiber. It was sold as a kit. We're talking 2004, 2005 I produced this pan and tilt system. This is very unique because, again, it's all contained on the top deck. So it's completely 360 continuous, and then you got the tilt deck on the top. So this would be underslung on a helicopter, a model helicopter, and this is the camera. Yeah, pan and tilt. But this is all completely carbon fiber. Look, every part of it's carbon fiber and titanium hardware, CNC machined aluminium. So this is a smaller pan and tilt, which, to be honest, you could strap that thing on a tree. Right, and in the woods as your base camp, and you would have full pan and tilt system that's super lightweight and compact that would fit in your pack. Not like this, but in the format that I would reproduce it in. So I am tempted for a little mobile wild camping, solo camping, not just having that surveillance camera I showed you yesterday, was it? Did I put it back over there? I think I did. I think it was here. But this is the this is the controller for the Sentry turret. Yeah, it's pretty hardcore. It's all mod.
Sigma Prepper. Reject the herd. Prepare the pack. Throttle warning. System disarmed. Manual mode. Flight camera. OSD enabled. Navigation lights disabled. Flight mode 1. Auto launch.
I think she's done. So you'll recognize Tia's voice. I've implemented her into here, and I've done a lot of modifications, a couple of extra circuit boards inside, and this is a aftermarket TBS Crossfire, which is good for about 12 to 20 mile range of transmission on this one. And I've got various
rear camera,
like switches set up.
Flight camera, rear camera, HD camera.
Right, so I can flick between the different cameras and things.
Cruise mode, manual mode.
There for flight modes and stuff, which I've got programmed up.
Navigation lights enabled. Navigation lights disabled.
So this is basically what I've got programmed in for my Sentry drone. This is what I'm using to develop it with at the moment, but this will be built into my military style, what I call my inch case, my I'm never coming home case. Some people call it a battle box, some people call it a zombie case, right? But my zombie case has got like, it's like more like a command center is what I'm working on, right? But it will have something like this built into the panels rather than having to carry this about, right? Just so that's the idea. Let us know your thoughts. And but I'll be revealing a bit more on the VIP. I'm going to start doing some behind the scenes videos like I was doing before on Single Prepper's Patreon. So do look out for those. Looking forward to getting that done as well. It seems like a better place to be talking about that kind of stuff, because people can make assumptions and get a bit leery. But yeah, so if he controls X and Starlink, well, his next move will be taking on Google, and then we'll control everything that people see and do. You know, people are already controlling what we see and do. Urban harvesting is the problem, right? And it just comes down to having to ask yourself the question, who would you prefer being in control of that? Someone who's been all about promoting free speech for all of us, right? That's why he bought X, don't forget. That's why he bought Twitter, was so he could maintain freedom of speech, because he could see how it was going. Or run by people like it is now, who are trying to take away your freedom of speech and is completely in line with the establishment. You're better off having someone that, even if you only believe that he's pretending to be not aligned with the establishment, you're still better having someone that is pretending at least and looking like they're not aligned to be running it, than the people right now who are completely and utterly, totally aligned. Do you see? This is the sad situation of what we've been left as our alternative options. Cheers, my darlings. Thanks, my man. Appreciate that coming from you, UK Urban Prepper. I mean, it's still growing, obviously, but yeah, it's. I've got loads of plans as well for the Discord. Some great ideas that I've been inspired from other Discords that I've seen. Do you know my son, who's 16 years old, UK Urban Prepper? He did the initial setup for this for me. I mean, I dressed it up with all the rooms and things, but he got the first things going, and you've got some of the bots here that take care of silly people and security that my son configured for me as well. It was cool, so I learned what I needed to learn, and this was the second Discord server that I'd created. I've created one for my corporate channel as well since, but yeah, this is really pretty good place to be, and I wanted it to be one of those resource centers of, like, everybody's got their own speciality of what they're into. Some people are really into the off-grid power and stuff. Other people, protection and security is their passions. You can see I've posted my wild camping PIR motion sensor system there in this one, and other people have got other things they've come across. There's my security and defenses presentation as well from last year. But yeah, so there's loads of stuff in there. I'm pretty proud how it's coming together, but I've had minimal amounts to do with it, UK. I mean, this is the benefit of it. I know your name's Mike, by the way, but so the thing is, it's like, it's everybody else that's built it, you know what I mean, with everybody else's resources and what they know about, what they've found, and links that they've managed to resource for everyone. So it's a really cool place to be. So yeah, I appreciate you joining, man. And anyone else, please hit the like button as well if you haven't done already. Hoping our laws of non-monopoly will apply, but for now, our best bet. Yeah, I talked about this a few weeks ago, Dello, wasn't it? I don't know if you were there, where it seems like the whole Monopolies and Mergers Commission, which I had a lot of dealings with back in the day when I was working for various businesses, one in particular, 3 or 4 actually. I was doing a lot of work with lease line solutions back in the day, which is like very expensive internet connections for banks and stuff like that, right? And there was loads of stuff going on then with us and BT, British Telecom, because they owned the local mile loop of cabling to the exchanges, and then they owned the exchanges, and they wouldn't let competitors into the exchanges to integrate their systems and shit like this, right? So I had a lot to do with all that business back in the day. And so there was an awful lot going on with the Monopolies and Mergers Commission. There was loads of stuff you couldn't do. Then I was a senior account consultant for Thomson Directories, which is like Yellow Pages back in the day. And when that was going on, there was loads of stuff to do with Monopolies and Mergers Commission that were being fought against Yellow Pages and some things as well. But then all of a sudden it all went away. There was all these cases came out where like Microsoft was done because it was their anti-competitive thing of having the browser pre-installed, or the media MP3 player pre-installed in Windows meant it was difficult to entry for competitors to launch their own MP3 players, and then it became the browsers that you can't have pre-installed because it takes away people's choice of Brave, Chrome, Safari and everything else, right? So, but all of a sudden they went away because there's so many businesses out there that are proper monopolies on stuff like Google, right? And there's just nothing has been done. It's almost like the Monopolies and Mergers Commission just disappeared or was disintegrated because, oh, that doesn't suit our agenda because we need there to be monopolies, because if we can get a monopoly and then the government can control the monopoly, the government is controlling the entire industry. It's just the fastest route to market for the government is to do it through a corporation. If you bolster, if you subsidize, if you promote, and if you allow a big corporation to become a big corporation that swallows up all the small businesses and all the independents, right? As long as the government maintains its claws and its control on that big corporation, it's like the government taking over all of the businesses in the whole of the country in that sector. Do you see? Very powerful stuff. So... and just no one talks about it anymore. No one talks about like Monopolies and Mergers Commission. It's never on the news anymore. I never see any reports of like some court case that's going on because of some anti-competition thing that's going on, right? It's like, I don't know. It's like it's been disbanded or something behind the scenes and then hushed away so no one ever talks about it again because there's too many monopolies already here that should have been stopped and weren't. Cheers, everyone. Oh, bloody hell. Stay in the house, unplug everything. But it's 5D chess, though. What if they purposely put Muppets in to demand the danger you would usually avoid? They know you know, they know you know, and all that. Yeah, in a way, but the thing is that there are certain things that they would never use as the fifth dimensional chess move as convincers to the people that they were on the other side, right? Also known as limited hangouts in military terms. Yeah. So in information warfare tactics, right, a limited hangout is where you're pretending to be the other side, right? A truther, right? You're pretending to be a truther, but really you're a gatekeeper for the government, right? So a gatekeeper is somebody who stops information being known about something. And a truther is somebody who is out there trying to seek the truth through facts, science, investigations, research, and so on, right? Witness testimony, legal statements, and whatever, right? So where the two meet is where the two meet. Sorry, I'm going off on two tangents here. So when you've got misinformation coming out, so you've got the person who's the truther, and then you've got someone who's pretending to be a truther, but they're not, they're controlled opposition, right? And their job is to pretend that they're on your side and they believe all the things that you believe in, but their real job is to be a gatekeeper for that information. And so they use tactics like limited hangouts, which is where they'll tell you something about it that seems like, wow, man, he must know his shit, because, you know, he would never have said that about the government if he was one of them. Yeah. So people would say that Alex Jones was a paid opposition, controlled opposition, right? And I think maybe to a large degree, either willingly or not. But the problem is that it was when you got limited hangouts, it means that you are divulging some truths about things. That's how you gain credibility in the con artist strategy of things. That's called the convincer, right? That's the thing that they use to convince you that they're literally on your side, and they are revealing this shit and they're not part of it. This is like they're against it. So it's really tricky stuff because you've got to try and decipher all these bits and pieces. And this is the problem that people have with people like Elon Musk and Trump. Are they controlled opposition? Yeah. Are the things they come out with just limited hangouts designed to be, you know, enough to think, wow, that must be true because they would never say that otherwise. But that's nothing compared to the real monster truth that if you knew, the government would fall instantly if people knew the truth, right? So the gatekeepers to stop you knowing that. But in order to stop you knowing that massive lie, they let you know a few of the little lies that are like sort of seem like pretty hardcore, but on the scale of things, it's like nothing. That's a limited hangout, right? So it's literally a minefield of thing. And so the thing is, the point I wanted to make is that with let's take Trump for example, right? And Elon Musk, right? There's certain things that the establishment, the agenda, right? And we're talking top level agenda coming from WEF, the Thingy Bob on Foreign Relations and, the Thingy Bob Club and the top tier shite, right? The puppeteers. There's certain things that they've put an awful lot of time and effort and resources into establishing into the Western cultures at great cost. And that is a lot of the woke stuff, right? So the LGBTQ plus agenda, the gender division agenda, these are all things that the elites, the globalists, the puppeteers at the top have invested an awful lot of time and resources and energy to convince the population this is all a good idea, right? It's been an investment and it's been a struggle. There's been pushback the entire time from people with the woke bullshit and they're just done with it. But they've still been pushing it nonetheless. The big corporates are still getting in these woke tards to teach people about white privilege and all the rest of it in the workplace, and they're still having these consultants coming in. They're paying them thousands of pounds an hour to come and talk to their employees about unconscious fucking racism in the workplace and all this other bullshit, right? So there's a reason they're pushing that. It's really critical as part of their transhumanistic agenda that comes further down the line. But before you get to that, you need to remove everybody's identity as an individual. And this is how you do it, is you make everybody part of a club of something. You're either part of the LGBT community, you're either part of the BLM, the Black Lives Matter community. You have to be part of a community. You can't be an individual like us as us Sigma personalities who don't want to be led by anyone and we don't want to lead anyone. We just want to be left the fuck alone to figure our own shit out and live the life the way we want to without affecting anyone else negatively. And I hold my own moral standard way higher than what the law is. So ain't any worry about me breaking the law, right? The laws are way down there as far as I'm concerned to where I hold myself and how I carry myself and how I treat people in life, right? So I don't need some bullshit fucking 1,900 new laws every year the UK introduces to teach me how to be a good citizen, right? And so they've invested so much time and effort into the woke bullshit. If they had a paid opposition, someone like Trump who was paid opposition, believe me, they wouldn't let him ever talk against things that have taken them an awful long time to convince people is a good idea, like the LGBTQ, like the men in women's sports. That's all to create division. You don't unwind division. This is a ratchet effect, yeah, every time. There's no going back. It's always ratchet up. That's how the Kurt Lewin spiral works, don't forget. Yeah? How many people remember what I told you about the Kurt Lewin research spiral? Let's look it up for you. Kurt Lewin's research spiral. This is what they're doing on you. All day, every day. Kurt Lewin's action research spiral is a problem-solving model that involves a series of steps to identify, analyze, and address issues. Right? Now, in the scheme of things, the way the powers that be use it, let's find one that's a bit more... This is probably more the way I would teach it. It's a bit more three-dimensional. I just have a book. Typical. So basically what's going on here, right? And this is what some people, it's a little bit like that problem reaction solution, the Bob dialect. Yeah. Now, the idea is to observe what's going on with the population, what's trending out there in the interwebs and shit like that. Right? This is the things, these are the sorts of things that, like, you know, what do you call it? 77 or whatever they're called. God, my mind's going blank at the moment. Anyway, the government, like, internet trolls that go around, right? This is what they do. So they observe, and what they do is they put a plan into action, or they will introduce some law, or they'll talk about a law they're going to introduce, and they'll observe people's responses to that. And then they'll reflect on that and say, okay, so people didn't like that element of it, and people were pushing back against this idea of it, and people were using this to debunk it, and they had these objections and those objections. So then it would feed back round into the research spiral to then the plan, the strategic action plan. You see there at the top? So it's reflect. You go start to observe, you go to reflect, you go to plan. Right? So it's a little bit like the OODA loop, yeah? The observe, orient, decide, act, which is part of that prepping and survival decision-making strategy I talk about in my book. So you got the plan is where the strategic action plan's put together, where it's like, okay, so in order to counteract those objections that people have, let's take the you know what as an example, right? They would have put the idea out there about everyone having it, and they watch what people's and observe what people's responses are, and then they start planning how they're going to counteract that when they redo it properly, right? Next time, when they push it out there, the media messages, the sales messages, the psychology of it is going to be implemented. You see the act, yeah, the implementation. They then implement their changes in the narrative or the way they're positioning that, or the counter stories and predictive programming stories they'll need to put out to prepare the ground and soften the underbellies of people's minds to allow that to be believed, right? And then they go back round, they implement it, push it out there, they go back round now to the observe. So now they're observing how people are responding and reacting to that, right? And again, it goes back round again. We reflect and say, are they responding to the way we want? Are they falling in line with our agenda and the way we want them to think? Are they starting to believe that, you know, it's worse to misgender Caitlyn Jenner than it is to have a World War III and things like this, that people have been convinced. And so this is how the Kurt Lewin spiral works, and this is what governments use to implement their shit along the time, because they just implement them on a soft launch level, and using this spiral methodology, I suppose, you then track through what the response of people is, and you refine it and push it back in, but you have to ramp it up each time. This brings me back to what I was saying about it's a ratchet effect. They don't go backwards on shit. So there's certain things that are key to their agenda that if it was a paid opposition, it's one of those things they would never, ever, ever, ever be allowed to undo, because it's taken them 20 years to get this far with some of the agendas they've been pushing. So the fact that people like Elon Musk and Trump come straight in there and they're the first things they want to wipe out, that tells me that they're not paid opposition, because that is extremely damaging to what the elites up there have been trying to do to the population of the West for a long, long time. Especially because they're investing all of their money into the East, because that's where the prosperity is and that's where the future of investment is, right? It's almost like, don't forget, these are globalists, right? The clue's in the word. They don't care about your country, even if they were born there. They don't care. They've got a fucking penthouse suite in every country that you'd want to live in anyway already. They've got probably 5 or 6 different passports. I mean, there's many places you can buy a passport for, right? Just by having over 500,000 money in the bank in some countries. Yeah, there's some countries that as long as you've got more than £500,000 in a bank in their country, you can get citizenship and a fucking passport. Billionaires fucking have that's nothing to them. They have 10 of them, right? So they've got properties in anywhere you'd want one. They don't care about England. They don't care about America. Fuck that shit. They're globalists, man. They've got all their money going to Asia, man. All their investments and businesses are coming out of America and into Asia. Bad news, man. It's tricky stuff. What a rant, eh? What a rant. I wasn't planning that. I do apologise. Shows what mood I'm in. But other than that, I'm quite a happy mood because I'd like to say, if it had been Harrison, I'd be well worried. Well worried, man. And I don't know, Trump's already been in power. If he was going to be a tyrant, he would have done it first time round without the knowledge of guaranteeing to get a second chance to do it. Is UK Urban Prepper rocking and rolling? Oh, okay, cool. What a superstar. Right, sorry, I didn't see that. I've been at the other page here on my screen the whole time. I'm going to just get back to the comments. Thank you all. I think Elon's weird, but he actually answered me once back in 2020 and thanked me. We'll see. Trust but verified. Yeah, I 100% agree, my darling Della. And I think, you know, the more coming as an engineer, you see, when I hear an engineer speak, I understand how their mind works in as much as he would me. More so than someone who's not an engineer listening to him speak about stuff, right? It's really difficult to explain. I was on the phone to one of my best mates, Jake, today, and we were talking about that, and he's come around to Elon the same as I have. And I said to him, I said, go and watch that fucking Joe Rogan, the one that was just the other night, right? That Joe Rogan latest one with Elon Musk. The stuff he talks about, I'm telling you, right? So yeah, we're talking back about, are you talking about the election here, Sandy? Like Daily Survival said earlier about it's feeling a little bit like it's all gone a bit smoothly and amenably. Amenably, is that an alright word to use for that? "100% Pedigree Mongrel. 4 years of no war kind of proved he was legit." Yeah. And it was the first 4 years in 35, was it, that there was no new war started under a president? The Dems wanted to take over Elon's companies, and what I heard, yeah, they only let you get so far, then they want it. And again, don't forget, anytime you hear the mainstream media really being harsh about an individual, it means probably because they're a good person, don't forget. And they've been really harsh on Elon Musk with the whole Twitter thing, don't forget, right? They've been really harsh with Trump. They've been really harsh with Tulsi. They've been really harsh with Vivek. They've been really harsh with Vance. I should tell you everything you need to know, right? Cheers, my beauties. Thank you so much for joining me. So, let's see what's going on with this vote. 28 votes. Please vote right now. 30-second warning. And we'll be calling the poll tonight. Which is, what is your biggest hope? What is your biggest hope for change with the Trump election win? Economic improvements? De-escalation of Ukraine, Russia, reduction in wokeness, or reduction in illegal immigration? Do you know, I was chatting to Sandy earlier on the phone today, and I joked with her saying, do you know what? To be honest, the way I see it is if you de-escalated with the Ukraine and Russia war and you just stopped all that shit and you weren't sending $118 billion a year every year to Ukraine to fight Russia continually for no reason, and you stop with the old wokeness where you're spending hundreds of billions of dollars a year on wasted efficiency and hiring the wrong people who just can't do the job just because they're gay or just because they're black. You know, hundreds of thousands of dollars a day spent on LGBTQ rights advisors that go into company HR departments to lecture them about how people have misogyny and unconscious bias and all this other bollocks they talk about, right? The inefficiencies with the wokeness thing is just crazy. If you were to fix that and then you'd also just reduce the illegal immigrants, let's face it, the economic improvements would happen themselves. Yeah, you fix those three and the economic improvement is already... They're the three things that are causing the economic problems, is the war in Ukraine and Israel, all the money going there. Yeah, the woke bullshit, meaning it's just getting in the way of doing anything, getting any regulation lifted to do anything is just impossible. The gateway to even being on the stock market. Oh no, sorry, you don't have enough female board members to be able to be on the... What the fuck? So inefficient. It feels like election concluded too easy. I was expecting the Dems to pull some crazy last minute emergency. Well, I mean, Kamala didn't even turn up for her last fucking speech or whatever. Or do a thingy bob concession speech or whatever they call it, yeah? Rachel Maddow with a perfect face radio. I appreciate my rant. Thank you, my darling. So, what we need to do is you've had plenty of time to vote now. 28 votes, it stayed on 28, so you had your chance, you blew it. So let's take a screenshot of it and then we'll end the poll. And we'll post that over on the Discord server like we do. So, final poll results. Bosh, 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 bosh. Bash. So here we go then. Economic improvements wins it. So what is your biggest hope for change with the Trump election visits? The thing that people are hoping for the most is he turns around the economy. And I think that's a good shout because he's the one to do it. Certainly not Kamala and her fucking cronies. So yeah, 46% voting that, and then the second place runner-up was de-escalation Ukraine, Russia. Again, something on everyone's minds over here in Europe as well as in America and everywhere in the world. No one wants to see anything like that kick off. And any battle between Russia and America and Russia and anyone is going to be messy. They've got some serious shit, and obviously America's got some serious shit as well. So those two going at it together wouldn't be a good look. So thank you to everybody who took place in our live poll tonight. I do appreciate it. Do you know what? I think because there's already been some alleged attempts on his life already, I think maybe that was already done on purpose to make sure that there was a good enough justifiable reason for him to have more security than even the average president, Robert, maybe in advance of thinking that 5D chess already through and setting up a few things previously so that he could justify, rightfully so, having an extended security detail. So thank you, my darling. So I tell you what, there are some bits and pieces I wanted to just catch up with you. Daily Survival and Sandy and anyone else who wants to join briefly if you're around. It's only 12:15 here, so we'll jump into Discord. Thank you, Chaos, and been up for 48 hours. Fucking hell, fair play, dude, and great to see you, Chaos. And get some memes in there, Chaos. Get some memes in there for the next show, yeah? Because you put epic memes in usually, so get yourself on Discord or Sigma Prepper. Get some memes in there. And thank you for being with us, Father No. Della Sandor. Don't forget, we need to sort the mug situation out. I do need to do a thingy bob and we'll redo it like that. Like I said, I'll get around to doing that after the show, perhaps. Now I know what's going on with that, so thank you for your patience, Stella. I do appreciate it, and I'm really pleased to see you here tonight. Sorry I missed you last night, but I do understand how you said to me what was going on yesterday, Della, so lovely to see you. Love to Maya, Robert, and the extended family. Great to see you as well. Maybe you'll be there in the after party, we'll see. But yeah, thank you so much everyone for being here, and I'll catch you a bit later on. I'm going to jump into the Discord after party and we'll have some fun over there, talking about all sorts of wonderful stuff. But in the meantime, thank you everyone. Thank you again to UK Open Prepper for the donation tonight. It really means a lot to me. Thank you to the VIP patrons as well. Like I say, I'm going to be giving you a full rundown of what I've got going on with that, a behind the scenes video, which I'm going to start doing. It's probably safer. So I'm looking forward to that and sharing that with you fine people and getting your feedback on it and any ideas that you would like to throw at me of things that I show you. So I'm going to start building that out. So do get yourself signed up on patreon.com if you'd like to join in the fun with that as well. So in the meantime, thank you everyone. You've been an absolute wonderful bunch. Please hit the like button if you haven't done already. And you know how we do. I've been Drew. This has been the Sigma Prepper. You've been absolutely amazing. Love, peace and progress. to the pack.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed. From a single lone woman to a family of 5. Learn from Sigma Prepper and see how you can thrive. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing.